friends, I'm Rose. Welcome back to Vintage Yarn Cottage. Have you noticed how certain things from our childhood homes seem to be finding their way back into the spotlight? Lately, everywhere I look, from high-end design magazines to tiny cottage tours, the humble granny square blanket is making a massive comeback. But for those of us who have always kept a basket of yarn by the rocking chair, did it ever really go out of style? Today, I want to talk about why these vibrant handmade treasures are being rediscovered by a whole new generation of cottage homeowners, and how just one vintage crochet throw can completely transform the feeling of a small home. Before we begin, I'd love to know, do you have an old handmade piece in your home? Maybe a crochet blanket your mother made, or a little thrifted treasure you found at an estate sale that still makes your living room feel more like you? I'd love to hear your stories in the comments. The heart of the comeback, why we're reaching for crochet again. It's no secret that the world has felt a bit cold and mass-produced lately. When you walk into a big box furniture store, everything is grey, sleek, and, if I'm being honest, a little bit lonely. I think that's exactly why the granny square is returning. There is an emotional weight to a handmade blanket that a factory-made throw simply can't replicate. People are rediscovering that these blankets aren't just grandma's old covers. They are a celebration of color and patience. In a small cottage or a tiny home where every square inch counts, we are moving away from clutter and toward pieces that have a soul. A granny square blanket tells a story of slow living. It's an anchor for a room that says, someone sat here, chose these colors, perhaps a soft sage green, a dusty rose, and a creamy buttermilk white, and took the time to create something beautiful for a loved one. That feeling of being cared for is the biggest home decor trend of the year. softening the living room from sterile to soulful. Let's look at the living room first. Many of us have a favorite chair or a small sofa that might feel a bit tired. Or perhaps it's a modern piece that feels a little too sharp for a cottage setting. This is where the granny square works its magic. Instead of buying a new slipcover, try draping a large, multicolored afghan over the back of your sofa. Watch how those scalloped edges and the raised shell-stitch texture immediately soften the lines of the room. If you have a small reading nook, a chunky wool granny square, throw in earthy tones like terracotta and moss green adds instant visual comfort. It bridges the gap between the furniture and the rest of the room. I like to say that crochet breathes life into a corner. When the morning light hits the open work of the stitches, it creates these beautiful soft shadows on the floor. It's a practical way to add color without painting a single wall. It's also a wonderful solution for small space decorating. A single blanket can act as your entire color palette, tying together your thrifted lamps and your floral botanical prints. think of blankets only for the bedroom or sofa, but the granny chic look is moving into the heart of the home, the kitchen. Now, I'm not suggesting you drape a full Afghan over your stove, but we can take the essence of the granny square and use it to solve that sterile feeling many kitchens have. Think about those hard wooden dining chairs or a small breakfast stool. A set of handmade crochet chair pads in a classic floral motif can make a tiny kitchen feel instantly more inviting. I've recently seen lovely cottage kitchens using smaller crochet squares as decorative wall pockets, or even joined together to create a charming valance over a sink window. When you hang a handmade crochet pot holder, maybe in a bright butter yellow cotton, from an old wooden peg rail next to your stoneware crocks, you're adding a layer of nostalgia that makes everyday routines like making tea feel more like a special occasion. It's about those little handmade details that make a house feel lived in and loved, rather than just decorated. In the bedroom, we want a feeling of absolute rest. A vintage quilt is beautiful, but when you layer a granny square blanket at the foot of the bed, you add a level of heirloom storage that is also functional. For those of us styling a guest bedroom or a small, tiny home sleeping loft, space is often tight. You might not have room for a lot of decorative objects. A granny square bedspread becomes the art for the room. I love the look of a crisp, white lace curtain paired with a heavy, colourful crochet throw. It creates a collected, not cluttered look that feels intentional. Before we move on to how to find these treasures, if you're enjoying these ideas, please take a moment to subscribe to our little community here at Vintage Yarn Cottage. It helps me so much to keep bringing these nostalgic home transformations to you. If you don't crochet yourself, don't worry. The best place to find these pieces is at estate sales, church bazaars, or tucked away in the back of a thrift store. When you're out thrifting, look for blankets made of natural fibers like wool or high-quality cotton. Check the tension of the stitches. A well-loved blanket should feel sturdy, not frayed. Don't be afraid of a blanket that looks a little dull. Often, a gentle soak in some delicate wool wash and a flat dry in the sunshine will bring those vintage colors back to life. I always look for those unique color combinations that you just don't see in modern stores. Lavender mixed with mustard, or porcelain blue paired with a soft peach. These are the pieces that will make your cottage feel personal and unique. At the end of the day, the granny square blanket never truly went out of style. because comfort never goes out of style. Whether you live in a farmhouse, a small apartment, or a cozy cottage, these handmade pieces remind us of a slower, more intentional way of living. They turn a house into a home by adding texture, memory, and a touch of grandmother's wisdom to our modern spaces. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this gives you a little inspiration to go pull that old blanket out of the cedar chest, or keep an eye out for a handmade treasure on your next thrifted home decor hunt. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to join our Vintage Yarn Cottage family. I'd love to see you in the next one. Until then, keep your home cozy, your tea warm, and your heart full. Goodbye for now, friends.